Good morning, students. In this class, let us discuss about the classification of fungi. In the previous class, we have discussed about the characteristic features of fungi, about the plant body of fungi, about hyphae, all these things we have discussed. The plant body of the fungi is called as mycelium, which contains thin, long, hair-like structure called hyphae, and these hyphae may be septate or aseptate. Septate hyphae means the presence of cross walls. If cross walls are present in the hyphae, then it is called septate hyphae. If cross walls are absent in the hyphae, they are called as aseptate hyphae. Cenocytic means presence of many nucleus. Cross walls are absent and presence of many nuclei. That condition is called cenocytic hyphae. Then mycorrhiza is nothing but a symbiotic association between fungi and the roots of higher plants. Lichen is nothing but symbiotic association between fungi and algae. In this class, let us discuss about the classification of fungi. Classification of fungi. Fungi are mainly classified based on its structure. Structure in the sense whether it contains septate hyphae or aseptate hyphae, whether it is a lower fungi or higher fungi. Based on that, and based on the presence of various type of asexual and sexual spores, based on the type of hyphae, means whether the hyphae is septate or aseptate, and based on the type of fungi, means whether the fungi is lower fungi or higher fungi, and type of reproduction, means the type of asexual spores or the sexual spores present in the fungi. Based on all these things, fungi are classified into mainly 4 groups. Fungi are mainly classified into 4 groups, such as Phycomycetes, Ascomycetes, Basidiomycetes, and Deuteromycetes. Fungi are classified into 4 groups or into 4 types, such as Phycomycetes, Ascomycetes, Basidiomycetes, and Deuteromycetes. In this class, let us discuss about the features and examples of Phycomycetes and Ascomycetes. Features and examples of Phycomycetes and Ascomycetes. First, let us discuss about the features of Phycomycetes. I draw the diagram of Phycomycetes. The best example for Phycomycetes is Rhizopus. Rhizopus is a best example for Phycomycetes. Rhizopus is commonly called as bread mold. Rhizopus is commonly called as bread mold because usually it develops or grows on bread. If we keep the bread packet open, and particularly in the, suppose there is a moisture content in the air, humidity is more or moisture content is more in the air. At that time, within 2 days or within 3-4 days, we can observe the growth of fungi on the bread. Rhizopus is the fungi which is commonly called as bread mold because it grows on fungi. Bread mold. is present on the soil, and these are root-like structure that is called as rhizoids or rhizodal hyphae. We can also call it as rhizodal hyphae. Rhizoids. These are root-like structure. Root-like structure. Then above this stolon, we can observe the presence of hyphae. So this hyphae is a substrate. Hyphae is a substrate. Means cross walls are absent here. A substrate hyphae, and at the tip of the hyphae, we can observe the presence of fruiting bodies. These are the fruiting bodies. And here, hyphae is multinucleate. A subject, and the hyphae is multinucleate, and this is called as fruiting bodies. And inside this fruiting body, spores are produced. And there are two conditions. Sometimes spores are produced endogenously, and sometimes spores are produced exogenously. Endogenously means, endo means inside. Endo means inside. If spores are produced endogenously, means spores are produced inside the fruiting bodies, like this. Spores are produced endogenously means spores are produced inside the fruiting bodies. And this structure is called as sporangiophore. This one is called as sporangiophore. Sporangiophore. This bulge structure or swollen structure which is present at the tip of the sporangiophore is called as sporangium. This structure is called as sporangium. Inside the sporangium, spores are produced, means spores are produced endogenously, and these spores are called as sporangiospores. Sporangiospores. The structure of rhizopus. Here also same thing. Hyphae. Here also we can observe the presence of hyphae, like this, and at the tip of the hyphae, fruiting bodies are present, and inside the fruiting bodies or inside the sac-like or swollen structure, we can observe the presence of spores. The branch hyphae, and this hyphae is a subject cenocytic. A subject and cenocytic. Cross walls are absent, but many nuclei are present. This is the structure of rhizopus. So the important characteristic features of Phycomycetes. Phycomycetes are the fungi which are present in aquatic habitats. Usually they are present in aquatic habitats. Aquatic habitats means in water. In presence of water, these fungi grows. Phycomycetes. Phycomycetes are the group of fungi which grows in presence of water. That means they are aquatic fungi, or they are present in aquatic habitats. They may be saprophytic or parasitic. They may be saprophytic or parasitic. Saprophytic means these are the fungi which are dependent on dead and decaying organic matter. Means they are dependent on decaying twigs, decaying leaves, rotten fruits, etc. Parasitic means they are dependent on another living organism. they are dependent on another living organism, or they are present inside the body of the living plants. They are present inside the body of living plants, or they are dependent on living plants. And some are obligate parasites. Obligate parasites. Obligate parasites means strict parasites. Obligate parasites means strict parasite. They are always dependent on living plants. Such fungi are called as obligate parasites. Then the mycelium. The mycelium. Mycelium is branch. Mycelium is branch. See here. Mycelium is branch. Means many hyphae arises from particular point. Many hyphae arises from particular point. Mycelium is branch. We can observe branches, branching like this. And hyphae is asubstrate. Hyphae is asubstrate and cenocytic. Mycelium is branch, hyphae is asubstrate and cenocytic, means presence of many nuclei. Many nuclei are present. Then, asexual type of reproduction. Asexual type of reproduction takes place by asexual type of reproduction takes place by motile zoospores. Motile zoospores. Motile means they are able to move. Motile spores are able to move from one place to another place. Asexual type of reproduction takes place by motile zoospores and non-motile aplanospores. Asexual type of reproduction takes place by motile zoospores and non-motile aplanospores. Aplanospores are non-motile, means locomotor structures are absent in case of aplanospores. And these spores are produced endogenously, means inside the fruiting body spores are produced. Inside the fruiting body, spores are produced. Means that condition is called as endogenous. Endogenous. Our spores are produced endogenously. Means inside the fruiting body. Then, sexual type of reproduction. Sexual type of reproduction. Sexual type of reproduction in case of Phycomycetes takes place by the fusion of gametes. Sexual type of reproduction involves the fusion of gametes, two types of gametes. For the sexual reproduction, there is a fusion of two types of gametes, and the fusion of gametes, two gametes, give rise to zygospores. During sexual type of reproduction, fusion of two gametes takes place. Fusion of two gametes takes place, and fusion of two gametes give rise to zygospore. Fusion of two gametes give rise to zygospore. And during sexual reproduction, the fusion of two similar types of gametes or dissimilar type of gametes takes place. Means here fusion of two gametes takes place, and these two gametes may be similar, means same type, or they may be dissimilar. Dissimilar means different types. Fusion of two similar types of gametes or similar gametes are called as fusion of two similar type of gametes is called as isogamous. 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 Iso means same. Iso means same. Gamous means gametes. Fusion of two same type of gametes. That condition is called as isogamous. Fusion of two dissimilar types of gametes. Fusion of two dissimilar type of gametes. Dissimilar gametes. That condition is called as anisogamous. Anisogamous or oogamous. Fusion of two dissimilar or different types of gametes. That condition is called as anisogamous. Aniso means different. Or oogamous. Oogamous means here one gamete is large and another gamete is small. Oogamous means one is large gamete and another one is small gamete. This is about sexual type of reproduction in case of Phycomycetes. Then examples. Examples for Phycomycetes. It is important. Examples. Rhizopus. Rhizopus is a common example for Phycomycetes. Then Mucor. Mucor is another example for Phycomycetes. Rhizopus and Mucor. These two are best example for Phycomycetes. Phycomycetes is a group of fungi which involves lower type of fungi. Remember, only the fungi having a substrate hyphae. Fungi having a substrate hyphae are grouped under Phycomycetes. Means this is the only one group of fungi containing hyphae, a substrate type of hyphae. That means in the remaining three groups such as Ascomycetes, Basidiomycetes and Deuteromycetes, the hyphae is substrate. In case of Ascomycetes, Basidiomycetes and Deuteromycetes, hyphae is substrate, but this is the only one group of fungi having a substrate hyphae. This is about Phycomycetes. The next group of fungi is Ascomycetes. Ascomycetes. Second group of fungi is Ascomycetes. These Ascomycetes are commonly called as sac fungi. Ascomycetes are commonly called as sac fungi. Sac means pouch or bag-like structure. Sac is nothing but pouch or bag-like structure. Ascomycetes are commonly called as sac fungi. And the mycelium is branched. Here also mycelium is branched and substrate. This is the main difference. In case of Phycomycetes, mycelium is branched, but that is hyphae is a substrate. But here mycelium is branched. Mycelium is branched and hyphae is substrate. Substrate hyphae is present. Branch mycelium and substrate hyphae is present. The members of Ascomycetes are usually multicellular except yeast. The members of the Ascomycetes are usually multicellular. They are usually multicellular except yeast. because yeast is grouped under or yeast are included under Ascomycetes, but yeast is unicellular organism, means it contains single cell. Except yeast, all other fungi which comes under Ascomycetes are multicellular. All other fungi means, for example, Aspergillus, Penicillium. Aspergillus, Penicillium are the fungi which are grouped under Ascomycetes. They are multicellular. Yeast is also grouped under Ascomycetes, but it is unicellular. Ascomycetes are maybe saprophytic. They may be saprophytic, parasitic, means some are saprophytes, depends on dead and decaying organic matter. Some are parasites. Some are decomposers. Decomposers means they break down the dead and decaying organic matter, helps in decomposition of the dead bodies. They are called as decomposers, means they clean the dead bodies. By breaking the complex organic matters present in the dead body, they clean the particular space or place. And some are coprophilous. Some are coprophilous. Coprophilous means fungi which grows on dung, cow dung. In case of cow dung, you might have seen the development of fungi on the cow dung. Such fungi are called as coprophilous. Coprophilous means grows on dung. Grows on dung. Dung of any animal. Dung is nothing but fecal matter. Feces or fecal matter. For example, cow dung. Then, asexual type of reproduction. In case of Ascomycetes, asexual type of reproduction takes place by asexual spores called conidia. Asexual type of reproduction takes place by asexual spores called conidia. In case of Phycomycetes, asexual spores are called as motile zoospores, non-motile aplanospores. But the asexual spores of Ascomycetes are called as conidia. And this conidia develops on conidiophores, sporangiophore in Phycomycetes, rhizopus. Here, this conidia develops on conidiophores. Conidiophores. Substrate hyphae, and at the tip of the hyphae we can observe this is conidia. These are the spores. These spores are called as conidiospores. Spores. Conidiospores are produced in the fruiting body called conidiophore. This is conidiophore. Conidiophore. At the tip of the conidiophore, conidia are present, and exogenously conidiospores are produced. Here also hyphae is branched. Hyphae is branched like this. This is the structure of penicillium. Penicillium. Penicillium is best example for Ascomycetes. Then asexual spores are called as conidiospores, which are produced in the fruiting body called conidiophores. On germination, conidia produces new mycelium. Upon germination means in presence of moisture content. In presence of moisture or water, this conidia germinates. Conidia germinates and gives new mycelium or new fungi. Means this is a conidia. Consider it's a conidia. In presence of water, moisture content, this conidia germinates. Conidia germinates and it develops into new fungi like this. Conidiospores germinates in presence of water and gives rise to new fungal body or new mycelium, means fungal body. Then sexual type of reproduction. In case of Ascomycetes, sexual type of reproduction takes place by sexual spores called ascospores. Sexual type of reproduction takes place by ascospores. The name is Ascomycetes. This group is called as Ascomycetes. Means the sexual spores are called as ascospores. And these ascospores are produced inside the structure called asci. See here, asexual type of reproduction takes place by conidia, and in that conidia, asexual spores are produced exogenously, means outside the fruiting body. But sexual type of reproduction takes place by the sexual spores called ascospores, and these ascospores are produced endogenously, means inside the fruiting body. They are produced endogenously inside the asci. Asci plural, ascus singular. Inside the sac-like structure is called as asci. Inside this asci, ascospores are produced. Whereas in case of Phycomycetes, inside the sporangiospores are produced. But here, inside the asci, ascospores are produced. And the different fruiting bodies are produced in ascocarps. Different fruiting bodies are produced in this structure called ascocarps. This is about the feature of Ascomycetes. The best example for Ascomycetes, we can write Aspergillus. Aspergillus, penicillium. Aspergillus and penicillium are best example for Ascomycetes. You might have heard the word penicillium. Penicillium is the fungi which is used to produce an antibiotic called penicillin. Penicillium is the fungi used to produce an antibiotic medicine. Antibiotic called penicillin. Penicillin is the antibiotic produced by penicillium. This is one of the use of penicillium, fungi penicillium. This penicillium is the genus name. There are different types of species such as Penicillium notatum, Penicillium chrysogenum. These are used in the production of antibiotic penicillin. This is about Phycomycetes and Ascomycetes. In the next class, we will discuss about the remaining two classes of fungi such as Basidiomycetes and Deuteromycetes. Thank you.